Hi, I'm Laura Hawley. I'm an alto and pianist with the Canadian Chamber Choir, and I'm a composer, conductor, and educator here in Edmonton, Alberta. Today I'm going to talk to you about 2 minutes of tech for your technique. I'm going to introduce you to this app. It's a vocal pitch monitor, and as you can see, it is already tracking the pitches just of my speaking voice as I talk to you. And there are lots of ways you can use an app like this to explore your own singing. For example, you can see what's happening with your vocal onset when you start a phrase. So you can see when I started that phrase, I started with a big scoop, and you can see it represented right there in the app. This would be compared to Canadian, where I'm just starting directly on the pitch. So it's great to know what your voice is doing. Sometimes you might want to use the scoop, sometimes not. It depends really what style of music you're singing. You can also check out what's happening with your vibrato. For example, so you can see I started with kind of a straighter tone and then moved into a vibrato. Sometimes you might want to do that. Sometimes you might want vibrato all the way through pitch. Sometimes who knows what you're doing. So it's great to have this app to check it out. You can also see, because the pitches have lines that run all the way across the screen, you can see what's happening with your vibrato in relation to pitch. So is that vibrato happening evenly on both sides of the pitch, or is it sitting a bit high or a little bit low? That can be really interesting, especially on, for example, sustained pitches. So if I were to go, so I really tried hard to push it sharp there, and you can see the line is going up. That can happen maybe if there's a crescendo or a really long note. So it's great to have this visual representation of what's happening with your singing, so you can explore some of these things. And as you're doing that, if you discover some things that you want to troubleshoot or maybe gain some greater flexibility with your singing, definitely check out the other Technique Tuesday videos for lots of tips on how you can gain greater control and flexibility in your singing. And the CCC reminds you to keep singing.